Warm welcome once again to the Intel HPC Developer Conference 2015, and we have with me the chief architect of the Xeon Phi processor, Knight's Landing, and he was also one of the primary architects of the iCore 753. Nehalem earlier, and so what a fantastic day it is for me to meet legendary speakers, people who traveled world over and out of the busy schedule have come down here for the Intel HPC Developer Conference 2015. So warm welcome to you.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So how's it been so far since morning?
It's been fantastic. It's been fantastic. Actually, I'm really taken aback with the number of people that I see here attending the conference. It's amazing. I mean, I was told that apart from people in the facility here, I mean, some 500 plus in the room and in the overflow room, there are some 3,000 people online as well. I'm just taken aback from that. So I'm actually very pleased to see so much interest in HPC here in India.
So when Avinash Sudhani gave his discourse, I think a lot of young minds were watching, they were completely glued to him. And I also had a few students from IISc who had come down to listen to their own professor, Professor Govindarajan as well. And they were saying that in particular, we liked Avinash's discourse on high-performance computing. So how does it make you feel?
I think that's a great feeling. This is the first time I heard about it. It's a great feeling. I'm actually happy that people found this content useful to them. I have spoken about this at other venues, but every time I talk about it, even I get to understand it better, and I hope people understanding better as well.
So what they said, I'll quote the students from IISc, I don't know their names exactly, is that they would have otherwise had to go through volumes of books and a lot of research for them to learn what they just learned in that half an hour, 45-minute session from you. And they were very grateful to you. So that's feedback for you instantaneously.
Absolutely. I appreciate that it was useful for them. Yeah.
So I'm sure you also had in that huddle, you had at the Meet the Experts corner, we had a lot of people coming and asking you questions, and I saw you giving them tips and tidbits of knowledge. Did you encounter any kind of challenge with the kind of questions that were coming up from people?
Yeah, no, I think there were questions from all over the different topics, and so they're not like one particular topic and so on. But one thing that just became quite apparent to me is that many people were very interested or focused on how to parallelize their code, and their questions were very pertinent to that. So that was actually very heartening to actually hear. And also another thing that actually came up quite a bit is there are so many different ways to parallelize the code or to vectorize or improve performance that people are still grappling with it a little bit. What is the best way to do it? Do I go this way or do I go that way? So that's another thing. So it's not as much of a challenge, but it's something that we have to do better at making sure that we educate them or guide them in the right way.
You obviously spoke to a lot of young people. A lot of young minds were glued to you. Did that remind you of your start days when you started like that, wanting to listen to more senior people?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, I probably did not have an option to come to an event like this when I was in India. Of course, I went to several events like that after moving to US, and absolutely, it did remind me of the value that I got when I went to conferences like that and heard some of the people speak. So I hope the folks who are attending this are getting value out of the time they're spending here.
And how about the Xeon Phi processor, Knight's Landing? So that I heard is getting released at the second half of 2016. So how's that coming along so far?
I think it's going pretty well. It's right on track. I think I showed some of the early results from the pre-production chip, and those are the things that we are measuring today, which is a sign of health of both functionality as well as performance. So things are going well as planned, and I think we are on track.
Fantastic. And on a lighter note, of course, when you started your career, you must have worked long hours. And I'm sure now, also, I don't think it's any different, but I'd like to know from you, is there a difference from then till now? Or are you still burning midnight oil?
Yeah, I don't know when that phase actually never ends. I don't know. So I still feel that I'm early in the thing, because as if you were to gauge that whether someone is early or late in their career based on the number of hours they spend, so I would still consider we're very early in the career. So no, I don't think that phase ends. And but we end up putting time that we are putting because we enjoy what we are doing. So it doesn't come up as like burden or something like that. And so I think we have a great time working on this cutting edge technology, high performance computing, and it's always fun.
So what is it in the world that you love doing most of the times?
In high performance computing or outside?
Or otherwise?
Outside stuff, absolutely. My answer is very clear. I play cricket, so cricket is the one that is my second passion. So I do actually follow cricket. I play cricket myself. So yeah, that's what I do whenever I have time to do that.
So building a masterpiece like a Xeon Phi processor is your first love?
Absolutely, absolutely. In fact, this is kind of a dream come true. So because that's the area that I did my grad school in, and to be able to work on an architecture like that with the team. Actually, we have a very big team. Even though I come and speak about it here, there is a big team behind me who are actually doing all the work. So to be able to work with those kind of talented group of people to bring something so innovative to market, I mean, absolutely, it's a dream come true.
So we're going to wish you and your entire team back there great luck in bringing Xeon Phi processor Night's Landing alive in 2016. Everybody, the whole of the world is waiting to see that come alive. So congratulations on that, and thank you so much for joining us here.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So that was Avinash Sadani, the chief architect of Xeon Phi processor Night's Landing. And where else on one single platform would you get to meet legends like these who would add a lot of value to your daily lives, but for just the Intel HPC Developer Conference 2015, the first of its kind, and we're glad it's from Intel.